Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into the Biz with Z. Right here, right now, we've got our girl, one of our number one favorites who's come on the show more than once, Olivia. She's back with us to talk about her new book. What's going on, beautiful?
I'm chilling, darling. I'm so glad to be back talking to you.
Me too. I mean, it's definitely been a minute. How things been for you?
Oh, man, things have been great. I have just been revamping everything around me. I ride in. I fired Rich. I just needed a manager who was on being a TV star, and I wanted people to take my management seriously. So,
absolutely. And you know what? I have to say, I am kind of glad you fired Rich because him and old girl, they got too caught up into the whole thing, and it wasn't even a good book for his company at all. And I don't even think he realized that. I think he was more so focused on the dollar more than anything.
Okay, you said him and old girl what?
I said, so him and I think it was just with him and old girl, we won't mention her name because she's, really not relevant at all. I think they were just really focused on a dollar and stuff like that, and he was really fucking up the brain, period. Like, he doesn't realize it, and that's why Dollars Unlimited is where it's at. I'm just saying.
He was doing things for the show. He wasn't thinking in real reality, and that was his issue, and I was not going to be a part of the daily shenanigans. So I had to do what was best for me, and I'm glad that I did, because you don't hear about, and this is not even a shade, even though it is a shade, you don't hear anything about Rich. You heard about him when he was with me. You see, so I don't understand why you would want to do all these things to make yourself crazy and even stay on the show when your storyline was me.
Right. They just need to be off. They need to kick them off and put you back on the show.
No. I am straight not being on the show. To God be the glory. I have a new series that's going to be coming out. It's picked up by HBO.
Yeah.
It is called The Family Business. I got 2 more other movies under my belt, honey. I am working. I am a real actress, and I am super excited because when God closes a door, guess what? He opens a bigger one.
Another one opens. Yes, that's true. Now, I know we were talking about the HBO series, and it's called Family Business. Tell me about that and your character with this series.
Okay, so the show is based on Carl Weber's book, and it's called The Family Business. He's about to do book number 2 right now, and it's just it's like The Wire meets Sopranos, and I can't think of another show to put it with, because it's absolutely insane. It's so drama-filled and juicy. And my character, I don't want to give you too much, but my character is a high-priced call girl, but I only do it one night, and then I quit. And what happens after that, like, I don't want to give you too much because it's crazy. And I'm Jamaican, so I get to, speak in my native tongue throughout the whole series. I'm a main character.
Oh, sure.
But I will tell you my name is Ruby, so I'm so, so excited. And it's basically about, it's a billionaire family, a black billionaire family, and we own a bunch of luxury car dealerships, and we transport all the coke and all the other stuff inside of the cars, and that's where all the Soprano type stuff comes. No, it's absolutely crazy. But you've never seen a black billionaire family on TV.
No, I haven't. Wow.
Yes. Oh my God, our wardrobe is going to be insane.
This is going to be hot.
Yes.
Now, how fun is it, being able to kind of step out of the box and, play a role like this?
Yo, I apologize.
It's
My
amazing.
father.
Like, there's nothing else that I would rather do than that, because you get to play somebody else. That's a bigger deal, where you get to really act. So somebody's looking at you like, oh wow, she's really acting. This ain't no Love and Hip Hop thing. She is a different character. And I have a lot of actor friends and actresses, so I get to call them and look to them for advice when I need. And my acting coach, Tracy Moore, she's amazing. I've been training with her maybe for 6 years now, and, she just keeps me on my toes, and she has the best actors that you can think of. Like, I was actually referred to her by Missy. Missy was using her for a few years.
Oh, wow. That's nice. That's nice. And so how would you say you like the transition from, being on reality TV and doing music to now acting?
I mean, you can't compare, because it's totally different. with reality TV, you're placed in a setting, and you have to follow a storyline, and, you know, it's not something that you would do or say on your, you know, day-to-day basis. Real acting, you're studying a script. You have to become somebody else. You're not yourself. You're divulging into something that totally takes you out of character, period, and you have to be believable in what you're doing. And it's I can't say anything else. It's just nothing like it. And the fulfillment of seeing yourself on camera as you go into a deeper character. Let's say Power, for instance. I've been watching that show, and I think it's amazing. You look at Amari Hardwick, and you see the difference in being Mary Jane to whereas how he is as acting on Ghost on Power, and he's totally believable in each role as each different character. You're stepping out of yourself every time to be somebody else. It's a totally big difference. And we believe him every time you see him.
Mhm. That's true. That's definitely true. And so now, mention movies before we talk about the books. Tell us about the movies, but without giving too much, because you know I don't like you giving out too much, and you don't give me too much of that juice. So just tell us a little bit about these movies.
The other two?
Mhm.
Okay, so the other one is called The Man in 3B. And let's see. What I will tell you is that this is the first time that I ever had to do a scene where I had to basically be shitting bricks because in the store where I work, let me give you an example. In the store where I worked at, in one particular scene, we were about to get robbed. So I was being prepared by one of the actors, who is Anthony Montgomery. I don't know if you know who he is. He starred in one of the new Star Trek. You probably will. If you Google him, you'll be like, okay, I know him. He's the only black guy who ever starred in Star Trek. And,
yeah.
See? So he's prepping.
You got to remember, I'm also 21 and too damn young to remember that so much.
Well, see, I didn't watch Star Trek, so he had to tell me. You know, so I wasn't privy either. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's prepping me for the scene, and because he's actually the one who's coming in to rob me. And I am like, okay, so I have to somehow get myself to believe that this guy's about to shoot me. I'm fearing for my life. I'm in stilettos, so now I have to run also. Don't bust your ass on camera. So all of these things are going through my head. And I actually surprised myself because, one, I didn't bust my ass when he came and draped me up off the floor, and I had to run into the back to where the safe was and all this. Like, you guys just got to see the scene. Like, I was shocked at how I prepared myself, and everybody on set was just like, we didn't know that she had it in her. I wish we would have did her for the lead. She's absolutely amazing. And it's stuff like that that make you keep going because, yeah, there are people on set who can tell you just because I am Olivia and, you know, they want to just appease me. No, they were really like, the lead girl sucked. We should have had you. And it was so refreshing because I was like, that means that I did my job. I took it seriously. I didn't just come in thinking that, you know, just because I'm an artist, they're going to just expect me to do what I do and whatever it is, it's going to be good enough. No, I really read it and I put myself into it, and, you know, hard work always pays off. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do with every movie. I'm really good at memorizing, so when I come in, I'll have everybody else's lines memorized also, so that even if I want to improv or something, I can jump in when I want to because I know where your last line is at. It's things like that, and people pay attention. So I'm just happy that I get to do something else that I love because obviously I feel like I've been acting for a long time because sometimes we act in the, you know, the arenas that we're in the entertainment industry. You have to act around people that you don't like. So when I get on stage to entertain people, I'm acting. You know what I'm saying? Even though I am being myself, I'm entertaining a crowd. So it's amazing to do what I love every day.
I know that's right. And you mentioned performing. I know recently, last month, you did a performance at Six Flags. Tell me about that experience and performing back on stage, your new music, how that was for you.
I don't know why you saying back on stage like I left or something, boo.
Oh, I mean, you didn't leave the stage, but I mean
that sounded like a little palm tree. But I'm gonna let the wind blow over me real quick. But
you know, I ain't mean it like that. I mean, but you've been filming movies, like, and
well, that was actually for the Ronald McDonald House. So I do things with them from time to time. You know, I love giving back to charity. And they were having a big event for the Ronald McDonald House families. And it was something that we did for the whole day. We had the park to ourselves for the whole morning. And I performed for them for maybe like 20 minutes. And then we all did, you know, the walk around the park together. And then we got to, you know, get on the rides and enjoy the rest of the day. And it was wonderful. You know, they were so warm. And even the things with, you know, some of the families not having, or some of the families who were sick and who are better now and who are now in homes, and just to see them all come together, and everybody wanted a book, and they were just so pleasant, and it was so hot, and they all stood out there and enjoyed themselves, and it was just great. You know, like, we really had a good time. I felt like I was performing for family. So it's always fun to do shows like that.
I know that's right. It's got to be a real phenomenal feeling to really give back and be able to do what you love. That's really sing and stuff like that.
Right.
I've been bragging on you.
It was a diverse crowd. You know what I'm saying? So it was, and they knew the music. I didn't have to sing December or Walk Away in the hooks, and it was great.
Wow. I've been telling people while you've been doing your while you've been finishing up your book and everything, which we're definitely about to talk about right now. I've been telling them, like, listen, y'all have to look out for Olivia. She may not be public eye, but guess what? She got some things up her sleeve. I was telling them how you got the series, the book. It was like, oh my goodness, I can't wait. So.
Yeah, they think the loudest one in the room is the one who's been making the most money. No, when you're quiet, that's when you got to look out for them.
That is so true. Now, I love the hints of shade just a little bit. But it's all good, no, because you're being truthful, and that's the honest truth. And I tell people every single day, when somebody's making so much uproar and noise and saying, like, I got to like this, I got to like that, or they're making a big character more of what they are.
That will speak for itself. So once they see all this stuff coming out, they'll be like, oh, my gosh, she wasn't playing. She said that before, but we ain't take her serious. Oh, my goodness.
So true. Now, Olivia, I got the book. I have to tell you, I'm not finished yet. I'm actually about to buy two more copies because I really support you. Tell everybody about this book and, you know, where you came with the approach with, you know, really write about your life and, you know, tell your story.
Well, actually, I was speaking with Tony Gaskins Jr. maybe about 2 years ago, and we were discussing what I wanted to do next. And I said, you know, I really think that I want to write kids' books. And he was like, no, I'm telling you, you should write a book about your life. And I was like, well, you know, I'm personal, and I ain't ready to divulge certain information, and I ain't about to be snitching because, boy, I am still in the industry. And he was like, no, I mean, just, like, give them insight into all the things that you've been through, you know, even as far as your upbringing. Let's, like, write a real book. And I thought about it, but I didn't really give it that much attention until it was called Rubber last year. And when I read his books, and I was just like, okay, like, novels are, like, absolutely great. And he was like, well, you know, I'm a publisher as well. I have Kensington Books. I'm under Urban Books, and, you know, we do everything through blah, blah, blah. He gave me the whole rundown. And I said, you know what? I think I should really take this thing seriously. And I did the deal with him, and I sat down and I did the book within maybe 4 months. I basically locked myself in the house. I didn't go out. Day and night, I wrote. That's all I did. And being that I am a singer and I write my own music, it was kind of easy to write. It was the putting together, placing where everything should go, rewriting the draft to make sure my language was proper, because I wrote everything myself. I didn't have a ghostwriter. I wanted this to come from me, come from my words, so you can see my dialogue with my friends, my family, the VPs at the labels, like everything, conversation with me and 50. I wanted you to feel like you were there. I wanted it to be a page-turner and not read like a biography, so I purposely wrote everything like a novel so that you could feel like, oh, shit, I'm in this conversation with her, too. And it was such a process to see how people go through these books. I